The reason gross margins are important is because you figure out what your break even is for that. It's probably the single most important KPI there is for a pest control company. Growth, very important because that shows that you're moving forward. It attracts new employees. It adds value to your company, and extremely important. Recurring revenue is probably the single most important KPI next to gross margins. The reason that it's so important is because this industry is different than, say, a candy store, because we know on the first day of the month that we have a certain amount of revenue coming in. We're not constantly selling and reselling. Our PCOB Competitive Index is a composite that takes into account growth and profitability times the recurring revenue ratio. So it judges the quality of your company. Financial summary line items. So when we call it the 1-minute manager. So when you get your P&L, you can look at it to see, well, what's my gross margin? What am I spending on sales and marketing? What am I spending on G&A? And you don't have this long and involved P&L that you need to go through. Team member activity ratios. How many CSRs do you have per person on the road? The reason I say person on the road is sometimes you have salespeople on the road as opposed to technicians. So usually in a residential company, that's 4 to 5 to 1. Debt and liquidity ratios are important because that shows how levered up you are, right? So you want to know how risky the company is. So essentially, if I've got a $1 million fleet and 900,000 of it is financed, well, it's a little more risky than if I have $1 million fleet and none of it is financed. There's 3 things that are important in that'll make or break you. That is direct labor, that's materials, and that is marketing. That makes up almost half of your P&L, probably somewhere between 40 and 50% of your P&L is made up with those 3 items. So you need to watch them. You can spend a lot of money on marketing. If it doesn't work, it's a one-way ticket to the bankruptcy court. If you don't watch your labor, it's the same thing. And then materials, obviously, for the same reason, you want to keep those in check as well.